Starting to feel like Bill Murray in the movie Groundhog Day, day after day. I just keep waking up with Greg Allman in the Stevie Ray Vaughan room. This was not part of the plan. Oh boy, this is like deja vu. Who's that? Nicki Minaj. So it's not just all rock and roll, it's the music industry, the artifacts. We're going to talk more about that and why I am still, well, this is a different door. I don't think we've been out this door together. Ugh. There it goes. Yeah. 84 degrees at 10:15 a.m. We slept in. And we are still at the Hard Rock Hotel in Daytona Beach because we went to the airport yesterday and the flights out of Dallas that were supposed to come pick us up in Daytona were delayed because of severe weather, and we couldn't make our connection in Charlotte. So after 2 hours at the airport, we came back to the Hard Rock and checked back in, and I guess it's good because I saw a rocket go up last night. So that was kind of a first for me, another TK first. And look at this area. This is the VIP section. So everyone, all the very important people are out here in the VIP section right now. I'm kidding. All right, so I'm going to try and do this quickly. It stopped raining in New England for the most part, but there's still a lot of fog and drizzle. Here's the radar this morning. There's the swirl over over New York. That is the remnant of that low that has been sort of haunting all of us, hasn't it? It was in Louisville, Kentucky for a few days. Now it's over New York, and it's finally decaying. And we finally have more of a flow from the south than the east. And here's the regional temperature and dew point roundup at about 10 a.m. So it was pretty high relative humidity. I shouldn't call it really humid, although relative humidity is near 100%. The dew point in the 50s is not that bad, and low 60s with the air coming in from the south. And the satellite image shows the swirl over New England, and then there's only a little gap there between the swirl departing the northeastern United States and another one that's approaching. It's going to be in here by late tomorrow and Friday, and there's a little gap in between where we get a little sunshine. So today, some sunny breaks. Temperatures in New England should get into the 70s. Probably a little sea breeze developing, but more of a westerly breeze than anything away from the coast. And then we have another system right on our doorstep. The Severe Storm Prediction Center says there's no widespread severe weather today. Some thunderstorms near the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of whatever Gulf it is, and over New England there could be a scattered shower or a thunderstorm. It's an instability situation with that cool pool aloft. I'm going to get out of the breeze a little. Actually, I don't have to get out of the breeze. I'm wearing my wireless noise-canceling lavalier. I'd love for one of them grackle birds to land next to me. They're so cool. The same kind of grackle, maybe a beach grackle. It's stealing the French fries down there. It's not quite French fry time yet, but it's getting close. It's omelet time. I'm going to get an omelet. Met some new people last night that took me out way too late. That was not part of the plan either. All right, so let's do the NAM high-res forecast here, and just a couple of spots showing up with a scattered shower or a thunderstorm. There could be a downpour this afternoon. All right, hold on, Tim. What about the rainfall competition? Who's got the most rain? And it's been raining at least a little bit, in some cases a lot of it, every day now for about 6 days in a row. And there it is in southwestern Connecticut. What is that? Prospect, Connecticut came in with just over 7 inches of rain. So that's close to 6 weeks worth of rain in the last 6 days. And then in the Boston area, we're still holding around an inch or so. Cape Cod, I'd say the least amount of rain would be around Wellfleet, 0.13. So definitely not an even distribution. That's because the boundary between the warmer air to the south and the cooler air in the north, the boundary was west of Cape Cod the whole time. And so the focus was southern New Hampshire, I think, also coming in with, what was that? Amherst, New Hampshire came in with over 5 inches, I think, somewhere in there near your house in Merrimack, New Hampshire. Where did you get 4 to 5 inches of rain? And we did it over a long period. So the only flooding now is in the lower Connecticut River. So there's some flooding in the lower Connecticut River Valley. Otherwise, most of the gardens just get watered and the pollen keeps getting rinsed off every day. And there's not a lot of wind in the forecast to blow the pollen around once it dries out this afternoon. So let's go to the GFS and do the 10-day forecast. And where's the weather? The weather's chasing us, or we're chasing the weather, something like that. With our upper level low departing, and then you have this rough weather, a snowstorm in Colorado. It's snowing at Copper Mountain, and that cold and that warm boundary is going to kind of mix together, and we have a colder front coming at New England tomorrow. The 540 line is there in New York as this storm, it's Friday, Friday 540 line in New York, and the low pressure system is going to come up over New England. I should have showed that on the NAM. Can I stop and show you the NAM? Because, yeah, I'm disjointed today. The NAM shows something different than the GFS. So let's look at the NAM, pick it up again where we left off this afternoon, no problem. Just a scattered shower or storm. And then tonight, probably a patchy, dense fog. The low-level moisture is really tough to route out because there's not much wind. And then tomorrow, it's mostly dry. A mostly dry day, actually, today and tomorrow. And then it's tomorrow evening. Here it comes from the southwest. Now, this is our next almost, it's an upper level low, and it looks like it wants to develop a coastal. And this goes out to Friday now at 2 p.m. And this is a big change from what we've been advertising over the last week, where the rain's coming up at western New England. Originally, this was going to be offshore and missing us to the east, and now it's trying to go up the Hudson River Valley. Glad it's not snow. Glad this whole thing's not snow. That's a lot of rain in western New England, but doesn't look like any thunder or anything. That's Friday at 2 p.m. So the earlier that comes in, the earlier it gets out. Now let's go back to I'm not expecting any prodigious rainfall amounts from this one, but it's just going to kind of keep water in the garden. Here's go back to the GFS, and we'll pick it up just about that time here. We'll pick it up on Friday and show that 540 line, rewind it a little bit, 540 line with the colder air coming down to the west of New England, and then the low goes up along the east coast, supposedly Friday night into early Saturday. It's gone. Saturday, the weather forecast is greatly improved, but I'm not that confident. I'd give this about a scale of 7 to 10 confidence that we're going to clean it up here on Saturday with a westerly wind, but there's a colder high pressure system that's trying to come down again next Sunday or so. So there is still a weak boundary around here. The cold in Canada and the warmth across much of the United States, the boundary is pretty close to us. So I think this is a little overly optimistic until here it comes again. Another system coming at us on Tuesday, and that would be feeling a little bit like a nor'easter here Tuesday into Wednesday with a chilly rain, another inch of rain possible with that one. And then that would lift out of here next, say, Wednesday afternoon, and then Thursday, getting into May 15th, and then Friday, I believe, is May 16th. And at that time, what is going on Friday, May 16th? It looks like a series of troughs trying to come at us from the southwest, with us on the warmer side, and sort of sun and thunderstorm type weather coming at us for the middle of May is what that looks like, with temperatures in the 70s and 80s, with afternoon showers and thunderstorms coming at us. That would be now out to next weekend. So we know we don't have a lot of faith in those things, do we? Something else I want to talk about. I want to show you this nice shot that Darius got us on the National Seashore this morning. Darius, Annie Eunice, every day on X. Usually it's the ocean, but if you see a meadow with a family of deer, thank you for sharing. And another share, Eddie Shear, meteorologist, Newfoundland, Labrador, Black Island on the north shore of Newfoundland. Iceberg dead ahead. What a shot. Imagine waking up and seeing that out your back window. So nature is wonderful. And there were some other things I wanted to talk about, but I don't really recall everything. What was it? And more. Yesterday, thought we were going to be taking off and we were going to have a shot of the sunset with the clouds in the background, but our plane just didn't make it. So we're going to look around at the all the artifacts, music artifacts. This place is like a museum in and around the Hard Rock Cafe, and then I think I'll spare you the time lapse at the very end. That'll be the play-by-play of me waiting for the rocket to go up and just spacing out that what is that thing? And it was the rocket. The rocket? No. I don't know, but it was kind of comical. Yeah, and I was a couple of margaritas in at that time. I wish I went to bed earlier, but I'll leave you with that rocket launch. Where were we standing yesterday? We were out there. There's a deck. I was standing right there when that rocket went up. Right there. All right. And more from yesterday. Thought we were going to be going out the door in Boston today. Hopefully tomorrow. And more. Dangerous. Michael Jackson. He wore this shirt, and I think I'm going to choose to edit next to Jennifer Lopez. Well, Jennifer the top she wore at the MTV Music Video Awards in 1999, hosted by Chris Rock. Here's my editing situation. I was about a year and a half old on April 17th, 1965. The Beach Boys performed for 7,000 college students during spring break at City Island Ballpark in Daytona Beach. Glenn Campbell joined the band on bass guitar and provided vocal harmonies to the act. This surfboard was signed by the members of the Beach Boys. And that's how it goes everywhere you go. There's Elvis, there's a costume he wore in the 50s. Up there's Taylor Swift's costume. Keisha. And everywhere you look, it's just this beautiful, fun museum and outdoor stuff. And I could probably spend an hour just looking at all the exhibits. This travel is going to be winding down pretty soon. We got to come home. I'll do as much as I can here before then more. We like to keep it under a half hour if possible. And the weather, of course. Don't forget the cumulus. Maybe we get a raindrop. It'd be fun to have a rainbow. And I'd love to spend another night because I'd like to watch the launch of the Mission Detail Starlink Group 6 to 93 at 9:17 this evening. Seems like there's a rocket launch every day, and I believe they're off to the south. I think that way. Old guys rule. That's how I rule. I think I'm classified to be an old guy now. Yes, just going to grab a bottle of booze. Pelicans gliding into the breeze. A little bit less of a sea breeze today. Oh, hello. Always one in the crowd going the opposite way, isn't there? Yeah, did you hear that? Do that again. Look at this bird. It's always preening, squawking. It's such a prima donna. What kind of bird is that, Whitey? Come on, bird. Make the noise again. Thank you. I think he's talking to us. He's talking to you. Yeah, the owl's really scaring those ones. Oh, what's that? An osprey? Looks like it, huh? Is it? Looks like he's carrying something. Third floor, Nicki Minaj. Not that familiar with everybody. Kenny Chesney. Sheryl Crow. I came up to the third floor terrace. Plenty of room here. There's the south with the cumulus. There's the east with the sinking air, sea breeze front. And a couple of seconds. Flying back to the north. Yes, let's have a beer. Ah, Madonna. Who doesn't love Madonna? Born Madonna, Louise Chacon, August 1958. Got her start in the MTV era. And I've misidentified this stretch limo a couple of times. I think it's a Lincoln. I think I might have called it a Cadillac before. September 2000, Maverick released her 8th studio album, simply titled Music. The album was an immediate global hit. Certified triple platinum. And she used this car to go to the 43rd Annual Grammy Awards on February 21, 2001 to promote her album Music. And I just saw this plaque over here. Come together. Whereas the Seminole Tribe of Florida is an organized Indian tribe as defined in Section 16 of the Act of June 1934. Whereas Tribal Council of the Seminole Tribe of Florida, March 5, 2007, approved and authorized the purchase of Hard Rock International and its 130 casinos, hotels, and cafes around the world. And now, therefore, it be resolved that the Seminole Tribe of Florida has acquired Seminole Hard Rock International. There they are. Did you know that? Alex, this one's for you. We're at the Hard Rock in Daytona Beach. That's your hero, right? This place is like a museum. Greetings from Daytona Beach. Hard Rock. Allman Brothers Band. Fillmore West, 1971. Greg Allman was born in Nashville, Tennessee, 1947. Moved to Daytona Beach in 1959. 10 years later, Greg and his brother Dwayne would form the Allman Brothers Band and use their blues-inspired, jam-oriented sound to start the Southern rock movement of the 70s. This Villano aluminum guitar was custom made for Greg Allman in 1974 by John Villano. And on it goes, the whole place. Hello. You like fishing? You like dogs and guitars and music? Who doesn't? Oh. And on and on and more and more. Who's that guy? Just keeps on going and going and going and going. Oh yeah. Bruce Springsteen, Jerry Garcia, the Beach Boys. I don't even know where I'm going anymore. But this is north. Hello, hello, hello. More and more and more. Torsion Week Breakfast 2025. That seems kind of relatively new. Jimi Hendrix. Or this. Hey Reggie, long time no see. Almond Ballroom restrooms. They get their own restrooms. All right, I think we were almost done here. She's giving me excitations. We got expectations. Hey, Paul. Your popularity was born the same year I was born. Love you guys. Wish I could have met you. It's all about waves, isn't it? Zildjian. Tell me another story about Zildjian, Uncle Peter. Gonna catch up one of these days. Michael Anthony, Van Halen. Michael Anthony played this custom PV bass throughout Van Halen's 1998-3 tour. Anthony's role in Van Halen was considerably diminished leading up into and immediately following the tour, which ultimately ended in his dismissal and replacement with Wolfgang Van Halen. Divinity Rocks, Beyonce. This Warwick Streamer bass was custom built for Divinity Rocks. Bass player for Beyonce's all-female touring band Divinity played the bass while performing with Beyonce in Glastonbury Festival, Somerset, England. The bass has been inscribed by Divinity to my former employer, Hard Rock Cafe, in reference to her time working at the Hard Rock Cafe in Atlanta, Georgia. Bette Midler, she's up there doing her best mermaid. TK's got to get back out and have some lunch and get to the airport. Hey, Max Dex, thinking of you today. We got some Italian iced conditions here. We've got some Slurpee waves here at Daytona Beach on a Tuesday because, well, why not? It takes off where others leave off. The Girls on the Beach, Prince by Technicolor, 9 swinging song hits. Maureen Cochran, Martin West, The Crickets, La Bamba, Only See, Leslie Gore, I Don't Want to Be a Loser, Gotta Be You, Leave Me Alone, The Beach Boys, Little Honda, Girls on the Beach. May 7th, 55, Elvis Presley performed at the Peabody Auditorium in Daytona Beach for the first time. Elvis was considered a supporting act for Hank Snow's Jamboree. Tickets were $1 in advance, $1.25 at the door. This fringed vest was owned by and worn by Elvis, along with the cowboy hat worn by him in a 1970 performance at the Houston Astrodome. Checking out. Headed for the airport. 3 o'clock. Sorry, Greg freaking Allman, that I mistook you for Stevie Van Zandt. There's the Daytona Speedway. We went to the airport, now we're leaving the airport.
Like around this time.
Checking back in if they have room.
To get to the airport,
Flights are all messed up because of weather in Dallas, I believe. Back to the Intercoastal. Yeah. Look, kids. Big Ben, Parliament, world's most famous beach. I didn't know this was the world's most famous beach. I'm glad we get to spend another night. And the clouds are clearing up. Maybe we'll see a rocket launch. Hey, wait. Open, ice cold beer. What? Where? That doesn't look open to me. Not part of the plan, but beautiful nonetheless. Sun goes down over there. And we're gonna try and see if we can see a rocket. Let's take attendance. The sun is setting. It's about 8 o'clock in Daytona Beach, Florida. That's called the waxing flower moon. Where is everybody else? We were supposed to be on a flight home, but severe weather in Texas allowed our plane not to be here in Daytona. So they mentioned that there's music like every day at the Hard Rock, but we haven't been around at this time, so I'm pretty grateful to actually be here right now and go around this corner. I knew it. Tom Petty is here. Probably not allowed to share this music yet. Yeah, I don't know. A tad lonely, but very comfortable. Gotta love the off season. You see the moon? You see a rocket? Goodness, and this part is cool. Elvis Pete here. Are you the least bit concerned about this orange orb that's coming right at us like a drone? No? I'm a tiny bit concerned. You know what they can do with drones now? Can it? This is not the usual. Oh, that's the rocket. That's the rocket.
Oh my God, it is. Yes. Shit, how come we didn't see it?
So like, we didn't. I just recorded the whole thing, sounding like an idiot. What is this drone coming at us when I've been waiting all night for the rocket launch?
Oh my God, we didn't even
Oh,
see it.
who's the biggest dummy? Okay. There it is. Once in a lifetime experiences happen to somebody, somewhere, every single day. And I've never seen a rocket launch from NASA. And now it's gone. Gone. I hope it comes back.
Oh, there it is, there it is.
Oh, it's coming back already? That's a little
drone.
too soon.
Saying like, oh, are you concerned about this drone coming toward us? We're looking at it and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, that's the rocket. So I didn't even see it go by.
You're right, it came back, huh? Is that it? It came back?
That's right there.
But it did disappear for a second, right?
It definitely did. I mean, I'm not,
Coming back, I'm like,
How many times have you seen it happen?
this is my first.
Oh, me too, so.
Right there, it's 30.
Can you name the other things in the sky? I think that might be Jupiter right there. I think that's the moon, actually. And a palm tree.